Hi everybody, it's Nick McDonald here. Welcome to this week's Dollar Index Market Update. Starting from the monthly chart, we'll have a look from the top down. Nothing much has changed here since last week as far as the monthly chart goes. We still have this very strong bullish candle at support down here, and then we've got a small red candle now. This is starting to look certainly more bullish than bearish on the monthly chart, and if we can break up through the highs of this month and last month, we just need to push up through this level. It's around about 82. If we can get up through 82, then this is going to be looking very strong, a good bullish sign of a run back up to maybe test these highs up around 90. But that's just one time frame, and at the moment it still would have to break up through there in order to look bullish. It's not looking terribly bullish until it does. That's the real confirmation. The one thing to remember with candles is that no one candle on its own says enough. It's the follow through on the candles that follow it. And what we really need to see here is we've got this one big bullish candle bouncing off support and engulfing the previous candle, but this next monthly candle needs to follow through and needs to break up through those highs to really confirm the bullishness there. Coming down, we've still got a conflict like we discussed last week, whereby the weekly chart is still downtrending here, and we've made lower highs, we've pulled back in, we've pulled into the sell zone. We've got a big rejection candle where we broke up above 61.8% retracement, broke back down. Last week we've had a slight up week, but we still haven't broken down through the low of last week. I'm just going to come to the daily chart first and come back to the weekly, because what I want to show you soon is that this point here on the week before last's low and this high here, these are the two key areas for bullishness and bearishness in the coming weeks. So just looking here on the daily chart, remember last week I said I was slanting to the bearish side if it could break down through the weekly low based on this weekly candle. Now, what I did say as well was that the one thing that would change my mind would be, because it was on this candle here, it was on this red candle here when I did last week's update. What I said was what would change my mind and be slightly more bullish would be a small green candle to form, and then a break up through the high. And we got exactly that. We got a small green candle in this buy zone, which I call the zone around the 10 and 20 period moving average. We got the small green candle we broke up through. That was a change back into a daily chart uptrend. So that was a confirmation here of a higher low. We put in a higher low, what would expect this price to move on to a higher high. And it has remained ever so slightly bullish this week, but very, very unconvincing. Look at these candles, they're very weak. It's been trying to push up, and all these shadows, these upper shadows on the candles, even each day, as we've gone higher, we've sold off, we've gone higher, we've sold off, we've gone higher, we've sold off. We've maintained our level, but it's just really looking weak, and it's starting to look, very unconvincing, looking like it could roll over back down. Now, where are the key levels therefore? Well, if this does break down through here, then this would be a confirmed lower high followed by a lower low. This will be the very precise point where the trend changes from up to down. A lot of people say to me that you can only see trend changes in hindsight. Again, I've pointed this out before in videos, but I'm showing you right there that that point, if price now this week broke down through that level, that will be the precise point the trend changes from uptrend to downtrend. So it's a very, very key level. Just remember that level. In fact, we'll get the precise one from looking at the low of the chart. It is the low of the candle, 79.45. So that's key. If price breaks down through there, that will be a move down to a lower low. And on this weekly candle, that's the same one which I was looking at last week to say if it breaks down through there, through that low, and it's 79.45, same low, if it breaks down through there, that will be the point where the weekly also looks bearish. So now we have some agreement there. If it can break down through that level, before breaking up, by the way, if it can break down through that candle, then it will be looking very bearish on both the daily and the weekly, and I'll be expecting a run down. I think there'll be a really good opportunity there. However, on the other hand, if it broke up through this high around about 82, then this would actually be completely invalidating that signal. Notice that that's the 82 level, which again has got agreement because that's with the monthly chart, whereby if it breaks up through 82, the monthly chart is looking bullish, the weekly chart will be looking bullish as well, invalidating all bearish signals, and we'll be looking for a run back up somewhere up towards these 90 levels and a continuation in the daily chart uptrend. So those are the real key levels this week. We're looking for that weekly high and low, 82 being the upper level and 79.45 being the lower level, whereby we're looking to see which way price breaks. At the moment, I don't have any major preference other than to say that these daily candles are very weak looking. They're not looking strong at all. That, of course, can be validated with one big push up, one big strong push up through those highs, and it can all change. Just a real quick look at some of the spot currencies this week. Euro dollar, very much the same, very unconvincing. We've got conflict very much the same, almost mirror image to the dollar index. What we've tried to do is try to push down, continuing the daily chart downtrend, and notice these candles, just the opposite of the dollar index candles, they're looking bullish. Candle price is trying to break down, looking bullish, and the weekly chart starting to look quite bullish there as well, so it's looking very similar. Lastly, let's just quickly look at dollar CAD. And I just want to look at this one just to show you where a good opportunity could be if the dollar does weaken, and that is for this breakdown through parity against dollar CAD. It's formed a very, very strong level and a very precise level there. It's starting to look bearish as we continue to make lower highs. Even when we've bounced off this parity level a number of times, we're still continuing to make lower highs each time we do, and that means the pressure is building to the downside for a break to the downside. There's room for a potential bounce off here still, of course, if the dollar strengthens, but in the case of dollar weakness, this could be a good opportunity here on dollar CAD. Finally, just coming back to the dollar index chart, just to wrap it up and just to highlight the exact levels I'm watching this week. Based on analysis from daily, weekly and monthly, the weekly chart is really highlighting the key levels for us, and we are looking at the high and low of the week before last, the low being 79.45, the high being 81.91 to be precise, and as price breaks up through that high or that low, that will really indicate for us bullishness or bearishness for the days and weeks to come. Happy trading all, have a great week.